drama, intrigue, controversy. The story of the general election of 2020. Well, here to tell us how the California chapter played out, I am delighted to welcome back California's Secretary of State, Alex Padilla. So nice to see you again.
Thank you, Maria. Good to be back. And that was all the lead into the election, but I'm glad to say the outcome was smooth.
Absolutely.
Successful.
Okay, so last time we spoke, we were talking about the fact that all the ballots were going to be mailed to all the citizens who were eligible to vote here in California and how the polling places were going to work out. And that was all hopeful in theory, but ultimately it worked out exceptionally well.
Right. Despite the challenges, despite the threats and attacks, and despite a lot of election disinformation out there, the 2020 general election was enormously successful. It was the most secure election, just as we were hoping for, a very smooth, positive experience for a record number of voters.
Over 70% or something like that?
Right. We came into the election with more than 22 million voters on the rolls. That's a big increase from just 4 years ago. And a record number of Californians cast their ballot, nearly 17.8 million ballots cast. To give you reference on both of those statistics, for voter registration, we now have more voters in California than there are people in the state of Florida. For all the attention Florida gets every presidential election, there's more voters in California than people in Florida. Los Angeles County now has more than a 90% registration rate of all eligible voters.
Every state has its own rules and regs, and every state has its own policies when it comes to the election. So California's policies did not necessarily look like Texas, did not necessarily look like Florida, as you mentioned. So all of these different certification processes, is California ahead of the other states?
Let's see, as respectfully as I can say this, I wish a lot more states looked like California does when it comes to access to the ballot, right? Accessibility to our democracy, beginning with voter registration. It's not just a matter of finding the form at the post office or the library anymore. You can register to vote online. We register a lot of people automatically through the DMV when they're applying for, renewing their driver's license or their state ID. Even if you miss all the official deadlines, you can still show up in person and participate in same-day registration. Some of these are available in other states, but not all, and very few states have all the options for registering to vote.
Secretaries of state across the country are now certifying the election, and as far as the court cases are concerned and everything like that, has there been any impediment? Is anything not going as one would have thought?
Well, I'll tell you twofold. One, the official process itself continues to go smoothly, and I think that's not just demonstrated in the certification of elections, but the result of the litigation. Right? We've seen a lot of lawsuits filed trying to interrupt the vote counting process or the certification process, all of them failing to interrupt the certification of the results that most of Americans realize are the real results. What hasn't been so smooth, I gotta be honest, is the impact of some of the disinformation out there that has led to threats to some of my colleagues. Elections officials at the state and local level in a number of states being victimized by intimidation, harassment from people who are choosing to accept or believe the result of the election because of disinformation that continues to be spewed. We still have our work cut out, not just to deliver smooth, safe elections, but to continue to communicate in a transparent way that people, whether they like the results of the election or not, accept the results and have confidence in those results.
Well, Secretary Padilla, it's been an honor to spend some time with you again. Thank you so much, and congratulations on the successful 2020 election.